yeah, man, coming together. I like to have it so it's like slopes down a little. That way when we put concrete, probably 85 to 95% of these rocks are, these are the 3 carbide tip chisels that I have that we're working with. Like almost doesn't come out of your mouth. What do you think, Dad? Like the job site?
I do. I like it a lot.
Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. Benny, what do you think about this wall, dude?
It's freaking sick.
That's what I was thinking. Oh yeah, man, coming together. We've been here, I think, 3 days or 4 off camera. A couple of those were really short days, but we've just been coming, doing a little section of the wall at a time, and here and there. We've been doing other things. We started this job before the Hardscape Expo, and we also did that paver T-pad before this as well. So we've just been kind of back and forth on this project, but it's fine. We actually didn't expect to start this until mid-April, but because of all the warm weather we've had here in March, we got a big head start on this one. So anything is a blessing on this job, because this is very, very time consuming. We got 4 steps there, brings us to 28 inches. We're going to be building a 48-inch wall, and the highest part of the wall is going to be 48 inches, but we're a little bit past halfway. Dude, I haven't put 1 stone in from here over.
Not bad, huh?
So, about the halfway mark is the difference. Benny's doing a nice job. Plus you're making all the batches. I haven't made a batch since you've been here. There was one day I came here and worked on this by myself. I had to make my own batch. Well, a couple batches. We're also backfilled. We got a layer of geogrid down here somewhere. You guys seen that? Once he gets this mortared in, there'll be a layer of geogrid going right here as well. And I'm gonna put 1 more right here. So that's what he's getting that area ready for. Very, very tedious work. Slow progress, I guess you can say, but that's why stonework ends up being so expensive. Or it doesn't have to be expensive. You can build a stone wall quickly if you bring your standards of the aesthetics down, which is fine. You can build a really strong stone wall that looks decent much quicker than this kind of style. But this is like really, really detailed stonework, which ends up costing more. It's just because it's so labor intensive. Benny,
Yes?
you enjoy wearing masks?
No.
Oh my
It would be
goodness.
one.
Dude, the fog is tough.
Especially when it's hot.
Oh, yeah,
Like
when
it
it's
starts
hot.
getting summer and then it's foggy and you're dripping sweat onto the
Dude.
lenses.
Wet. Oh
That's
my gosh, bro. You guys can see how much work it is just to get a couple pieces fit. Every side gets cut, chiseled, and then you gotta plumb it up. We're not going straight up and down with this. We're going about 1/8 of a slope backwards, so the wall's almost leaning. But that piece came out good. You can see what I mean about where you saw cut. What I like to do is I cut where I'm going to be putting the line. I cut it back at an angle, slight angle, so that when I go back and chisel this, you got a nice thick area where it looks like the rock was never really cut. You can see that on these rocks here. Some of them the cut somewhat shows through, but there's not much you can do about that when you're trying to get joint lines this tight. And then behind the rocks, you saw me chisel this one. I like to have it so it's like slopes down a little. That way when we put concrete behind, it goes over it and it locks this in too. Whereas if I were to just leave a straight saw cut, the concrete wouldn't come up and over it so easy. So that helps. Depending on how we have to lean it, we have these small little cut pieces in the back so that we can lean it forward, wedge it, or lean it backwards, wedge it. And then the rock can just sit there until we go to mortar it in, and you're good to go. You basically want to get the rock to a point where it's resting on its own and not moving too easily before you move on to the next one. And then when you go to mortar, everything should just stay in its place as you're spreading it out. Not a difficult concept, very time consuming, hard work. You're always bent over, chiseling or sawing, mixing mortar, spreading stone. But the end result is like nothing else. We would have already had this block wall built. If it was a block wall, we would have already had it built. But that's just the way it goes with natural stone. So I'm gonna try to fill in this area right here to get it up to that level where we can put some geogrid. Ben's almost ready to make a batch so we can secure his in. Put these ones in right here. Got another piece in off camera for this side. So I'll be able to lock that in. Right now I'm gonna start working on a corner. I gotta find another corner piece, which are tough to find, so I may end up having to really fabricate one. Like you can get the ones that are thinner that have a nice square edge, which I have 2 of right now, but I want to try to get another big one like I have on the underneath those 2, So I'm probably gonna have to do a little digging. Something like this. You have to saw cut this bottom here so it's flat, and then it can sit, and then you get like a nice shape. But then the whole sides, because they're so messed up, you have two options. You either try to chisel the face down so it shrinks up backwards almost, or you cut the sides off where it slants back a lot. You know, sometimes it's worth going around the edges with your tracer chisel and trying to get it as flat as possible before you do the edges, so you can get more surface area. But it's really about time versus the piece. Some pieces have a tendency to break easier than others. But like the raw New England Fieldstone, like we're dealing with, a lot of customizing goes into every piece. Probably 85 to 95% of these rocks are granite. Different types of granite, but granite nonetheless. Very hard stone. That's a good shape right there. No good corners, Benny.
Nothing?
Freaking hunting them down and they're evading me. That's a big corner piece. Oh my gosh. Black granite.
Easy to cut.
Oh. Ooh. Shy.
Don't squirt, dude.
Don't squirt. Hey. How the heck are you doing? This is where you need a drill and a feather and wedge, you know?
Yeah, crack that thing.
Put a couple holes in it, split it where you need it to be, make a perfect corner. It's gonna be tough to make a good corner without a lot of cutting. At least there's gonna be a ton of cutting on this one. Thinking like this. This side is on that side. And then I'm gonna have to work on this to make a nice corner on this side. Basically got 3 chisels here. Stonemasons probably have a lot more tools on them to do this kind of work, but I'm slowly acquiring the chisels. They might even need to be sharpened a little bit, but these are the 3 carbide tip chisels that I have that we're working with. This one's like a tracer. You're gonna pretty much pop off a bunch of little pieces off the faces to get it flat. That's like a slanted, like I don't know what they exactly call it from Tro and Holden, but it's just a slanted like rock facing chisel. And this one is centered on the chisel, so this is good for like splitting. This is one I'm gonna try to use right now. If you need one, there you go. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with right there. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if I can split it. I don't know. Then you just kind of got to carve it, you know. Feather and wedge though, bank, 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 3 holes, and then you hit them Same, you know, it'll split it way better, more precisely. Uh-oh. Dude. You might have to... Yeah. Got a piece. Got a chunk. Are they waiting for us? You need us to move? You mind moving it, bud? Just drop it first and just pull up. There we go. That was a good split. So I'm basically just kind of going by eye. I'm sure I'm gonna have to do a lot of adjustments, but I'm trying to fit it into this swale right here. That face you're seeing, that's gonna be this. And then the side I'm chiseling is gonna be this side. Poor Ben had to go move the frickin' rig. It's a really tight street up there. The way we park allows trucks and cars and stuff by, but not like a garbage truck or something. You batch making? Yep. Hey, hey. Ben, hey. Just try to get you all hyped. Hey, hey, Ben. Oh my gosh, it's still heavy. Let's put it up and rest it for now. Alright. Alright, I think that should be good now. Thank you. Wow, that's heavy. Too far forward. Okay, so we're going off that bottom there. And we got 1/8 of a slope backwards. That looks perfect. That's a perfect 1/8 too. It looks really good. Looks really good. So with this, we have to remember we want this to come straight down, which is going to require us cutting off the bottom here, because what we have is this is held up in the air with a piece in the back of the stone, so I'm going to have to trim that for sure. So I'm just going to make a mark, give myself that reference. This whole thing right here, this bottom piece, we need to cut it so that it sits, because this curve is pretty close. It's maybe off a little bit, which I'd probably say I need to go something like this. Okay, now we want to bring this to sit on this piece perfect. So we gotta find that. Sometimes I'll just look with this pencil Kind of pick one of those barcode numbers there. That's pretty close. Now you want to see if that's about the same gap as this. So we're going to check that again. It's right on that 4. That line's right on that 4. So that looks pretty good. Mark that. Then I'm going to have to come over on this side here. And we got to follow that line that we just made onto this one, which is that 4. And again, this is just kind of by eye. Okay. So, since we're gonna have it down there making a bunch of cuts, I'm gonna mark where I want this to be, which is basically probably gonna want it to angle back slightly like that. This is gonna have to get trimmed back to at least right here because of the way this edge is. So we're just gonna bring it from one point to the other, just like that. We got this mark and this mark. We want to make sure we hit that. Oh man, a lot of cuts to do. That was a lot of work. And I think it's only about a third the size as we started, Benny.
Yeah. That came off.
Looks good though. Nice big piece. Ben's got a lot of his stuff mortared. Water's not turned on at this summer camp yet, so pail and water.
Yep, pail and water.
Sarah, pail and water. How's it going, everybody? I hope you are all doing well. It is June 16th as I'm editing this video right now, and clearly I was not able to keep up with the videos of the jobs from this season. It's just been so busy. It's not a bad thing for my business at all, but it is kind of tough to keep up with the YouTube. We've done quite a few jobs already this season, and Ben's actually been gone a handful of days here and there. We've had rain days, so it's just been tough trying to keep up with my actual workflow and getting these jobs done on the schedule that I've been trying to keep. But it's going well. We've done a block wall after this project. We've done some steps. We did another block wall. We've done a few paver walkways. We're just staying really busy, and I've got enough work lined up that's going to probably get us into October right now. And, I'm still getting calls left and right, which is awesome news, like I said, for my business. But the whole balance of the workflow, the life flow, and YouTube has been difficult. And I'm sure any of you guys in the field understand that. This is just a grind season. This time of the year is just, you got to really grind to get as much work done as you can, because once winter starts coming around, you got to have some money in the bank. You can't really count on snow, and winter's really just the time to be able to sit back and chill and recuperate from the season anyway. But honestly, I'm just super thankful that I have my wife around to be able to keep up with the videos from last year, that paver walkway and paver patio job that we got going. She's been able to keep working on those videos, and even going back before that, the big two-tier concrete block wall that we built last year in September. If you guys have been following the channel, she made all those videos as well. So if she wasn't here doing her thing and editing these videos, I wouldn't have any content to put up there. So very thankful for that, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying those videos. You guys might be able to tell a little bit of a different editing style between us, but I think we're starting to dial it in where we both kind of know what we want the video to look like. And I always love to hear you guys' feedback on the videos, on the projects. So make sure you let me know in the comments below what you think of both the project and the video. It's pretty helpful to get that feedback, and I just love to engage with you guys anyway. A lot of you guys are just common, commenters, and I really appreciate that. It's always good hearing from the usual followers of the channel. But anyway, this project here ate up a lot of time in this early spring, but I couldn't have been more happy. I love doing this type of work, and there's nothing like the end result you get from nice tight stonework. Here's the rain, bud.
It's upon us.
Nice job, bud. Hey. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April 17th, and it's been a little while since we've been back here. It's been a while since I filmed here. You know what I mean, bud?
Yeah.
It starts repetitive. Can't keep filming. But it's coming along. I'm going to be getting this wall to the height on this corner today. And as you can see, we got a lot of steps in as well. We got 7 in, 3 to go. You know, some of you have been really concerned about this wall, which obviously it does not look good, but it is repairable. Some people may think you'd have to pull this whole thing down, but you just don't. These cracks right here are something you can grind a little bit wider and then fill the center with hydraulic cement or something. And these holes right here are something you can clean out and again pack with some cement. The actual blocks themselves are still somewhat hard. They've just shifted a little bit over the years, and I'm sure it's been like this for a long time because it's basically settled as much as it's gonna. But something like this, you want to get the steps in, or the majority of them in first, so that you can support the wall and what's there before you fix that. And at that point you can put your stone veneer right on it, like they did on this chimney over here. Customer said he's gonna have that guy that did that for him do this over here. So the one thing that's definitely gonna have to get fixed is this top area right here. He plans on getting rid of the railing and putting a new one up, so that's not a big deal. But these top blocks and that one right there is probably what we would take out, these two and that one, at which point we'd have to figure out how we're going to put it back together. But again, it's something that's repairable. That's where we're going to stop on the steps until we get that addressed, but we're not going to address that today either. We're going to focus on building the wall. We're going to be capping the wall with granite. So basically we're going to be putting the stones up and saw cutting them to the height. This right here is the first stone in. That's to the height. This is our guideline right here, our benchmark. That's going to be the top of the wall before the cap. So I'm going to be working from there over and get this whole corner here to height today, and then we can keep working our way to the right. But I'd love to know what you guys think. I really love this style wall, and I think we're doing a good job keeping these joints nice and tight. This isn't a round stone wall. This is a New England Fieldstone mosaic wall. Try to make a lot of irregular size pieces and shapes to get that mosaic look. And what's cool about New England Fieldstone is all the different colors. It's probably 85% granite, all different colors and types of granite, but that's mainly what you're gonna find in the ground here in Massachusetts. You'll find a few other types of stone, but granite is the most common. Anything to say to these people, Lou?
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Like almost doesn't come out of your mouth. Hey. That's a big stone, dude.
Yeah, baby.
Watch your beanbag. Black granite. We're just gonna get right into the day and get this wall closer to being done. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys something that I learned from watching another guy on YouTube, and it's just something that's really simple and you don't really think about, but super helpful on a job like this. And what it is you make a cardboard template for the piece that you need to fit. When you don't have like all sides that you have to fit, you don't really necessarily need to do it. But for a situation like this, to find that piece to go in the middle, it would be a lot of measuring and screwing around. So what you do is make a little cardboard template for the spot that you're going to be fitting, just like that. Now I can take that to pretty much any rock that I find and trace it on there, cut it, and make my piece. And the guy that I learned that from was Preston Hardscapes. He's got a couple different YouTube channels on here, but he's an amazing hardscaper. Him and his guys do incredible work, and he does that a lot for when he does flagstone patios and he gets himself into a spot where there's just one piece. He'll make a cardboard template and cut the flagstone separate from the patio to that template and then place it right in. So really smart, simple concept that just kind of, you know, escapes your mind when you're doing stuff like this. So shout out to him. Really good.
Yay.
Just gotta trim the top a tad more, or the bottom.
Just putting on a show.
Can't wait to see that on camera or hear it.
Wasn't even me.
I went over her house the other day, one day it was her anniversary, my grandma.
Oh yeah?
63 years, that makes sense? I'm 62, so yeah. 62 and a half years.
You made him get married, huh?
Well, they got married, supposedly got married, but immediately that honeymoon went well. And that's where I ended up.
Yeah.
Only, 9 months later in January.
That's the one. What do you think, Dad? Like the job site?
I do. I like it a lot.
You came on a good day. There's been a few days here where it was unbearable with how cold it was.
Yeah.
And the wind just pounds off the water on the cold days.
It was louder than the stock.
But I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, this is the day you want to do when you have it at 90.
Mm-hmm.
Get in, get out, get in, get out. You spend a lot of time in the water, but that's all right. It'll keep you going on this hard stuff.
Oh yeah. If it was warm out, I'd go dive in. Take my boots off. Probably dry up real quick anyway, so.
Oh yeah. Well, hot weather will. Yeah, you gotta like any job on the water, right?
Definitely. Ben's making us a batch so we can lock these ones in. Good to go. The batch maker.
Batcha.
There it is, the first stones to the top. Ben got some of his locked in too. Hey man.
Stellar.
Hey. Nice job. Say goodbye to these guys.
Goodbye.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already and you want to see more content like this. But you guys know the deal. Till the next one. God bless. Peace. Heck yeah, dude. Looks great, man.